Babe, morning. The pot for coffee is ready to heat. I just didn't wake you up because maybe you will not go back to sleep anymore. Have a great day po. See you later. Love you. I left home early in the morning to attend a lesson at the driving school. This is my first day and I'm nervous a bit. I already met an instructor and he asked me to wait for him in the car because even though it's still morning, it's already very hot. And the interior of this car is the coolest place around. The instructor was pretty cool too. He's professional and easy. We're in a positive wave while he's explaining to me the controls of this car. Driving an automatic car turned out to be pretty easy, but a manual one is a real challenge for me. Interestingly, that in the Philippines, we study traffic laws for one day, and then we have 8 hours of driving in total. Alice was shocked knowing this. In Ukraine, they study for a few months before getting the license. We practiced in a parking lot and an empty road, but now we are driving through the heavy traffic towards the downtown. I am happy and excited to drive this newly built coastal road. This road is one of the largest projects in Davao City for the last few years or even more. It has become a huge time saver for those of us who live in western districts and going to downtown and back. But this is only the first segment of this road. The second is yet to be built.
Meanwhile, while Luch is in driving school, I'm clearing out our backyard. We're planning to build here something. This is where we used to wash dishes, parking our motorcycle, and sometimes cooking on open fire. Like, for example, this squid stuffed with lemongrass. Seafood in the Philippines is always fresh, and some are even cheaper than chicken, which makes me so happy. In Ukraine, you can mostly find only frozen squid, shrimp, and octopus, which are very expensive and pretty tasteless. But even though bonfire food has an amazing smell and taste, it's not that comfortable to cook this way every day. So we ordered an electric stove a couple of months ago. It costs a bit more than 1,000 pesos, and our electric bill increased by only around 400 pesos monthly, which is pretty cool. It does a great job with the amount of cooking for a couple of people. It's raining here almost every day, and the overhang of the roof is pretty short, so the entrance to our house is often muddy. This is why we need to extend the roof. Today is my day off, but it's cloudy, so I really hope the rain will wait for me to finish cementing these 4x4 posts. I have already dug 3 holes and now I measure whether the posts will be the same height. We recently cut a coconut tree to get this lumber, but we need more because I'm also planning to build a dog's house since we got this adorable puppy named Max. But our cat Moon is suspicious of him, as well as she didn't like this street dog I named Zombie, because he looked like one when he first came to us. He was thin as a skeleton, covered in wounds, there was almost no fur, and blood oozed from everywhere. We started feeding and medicating him, and a little later he already looked better. And now he's a healthy, handsome dog and everyone in the neighborhood like him.
I'm cooking pizza tonight. When I was in Ukraine, we could easily find and order different varieties of tasty pizzas. But we haven't been able to find a decent pizza here yet. So I cook it myself.
Unfortunately, yesterday afternoon ended up being rainy, so I'm taking my second attempt this morning. I made a mistake thinking all of these lumbers have to be 8 feet long. The middle post has to be taller so the house door can be open. So I extended it and now cementing the hole and this shielded upper part. I'm not a professional, but I like to do this on my own to gain the experience And what's also important, I'll be the one to blame if it's not perfect.
In the afternoon, our village received a gift from the barangay in the form of street lamps. We really appreciate how local governments go the extra mile to improve infrastructure in remote areas like ours, and we're very grateful to this hard-working gentleman for lighting up our street. Previously, it was impossible to walk here in the evening without a flashlight, but now the road is perfectly visible. It's a beautiful day, and everyone is awake and ready to do something exciting.
Morning!
Well, everyone except the very lazy ones.
This will be our breakfast.
The concrete has already hardened and the posts are firmly set, so it's time to install these rafters. I have to turn off the electricity because I need to remove this light bulb socket, and seems like I can do this without damaging the cable. Now I can install the last rafter and start nailing these buttons.
It's the beginning of August, and while Davao City is getting ready for the 𝐏𝐡𝐢𝐥𝐢𝐩𝐩𝐲 Fruit Festival, I'm going to help my mom and uncle slowly harvest their fruits. These lanzones are already ripe, but today they are harvesting mangosteen. This is one of Alex's favorite tropical fruits. A ripe mangosteen is the perfect combination of sweet and sour.
Yan, sobrang tiyan.
Not only it's delicious, but also offering a number of powerful health benefits.
Now it's time to lay the roof itself. It's more difficult alone, so we do this together. That's my man.
I got bored of waiting downstairs. I want to try too.
If I sit here, what will happen?
We'll find out.
I used to climb tall fruit trees all the time when I was a kid. Plus, I'm like 1.5 times lighter than Alex.
No more.
Here we are.
1 year later.
Oh, sweet, feel it again.
Now it's done, and not only it protects our entrance and dishwashing area from the rain, but also creates a decent amount of shadow.
The next day, I went in town to meet my best friend and her family.
Guys, ako pulbos, babe.
They picked me up in their car. They want to visit us to have an overnight camping in our mountain area. But first, we stopped by at 𝐏𝐡𝐢𝐥𝐢𝐩𝐲𝐸 to buy a new mattress. I bought a double-sized mattress, 6 inches thick, for 6,500 pesos. My friend also reserved lots of fruits, including 30 kilograms of rambutan for my mom. And now we're going to harvest it. My mom is going to use bamboo stick with a net on top of it. But Alex prefers to pick fruits with his hands. He thinks only the red ones are ripe.
So you know only the red color.
Because in the Philippines, we prefer eating unripe fruits sometimes, like green mango, for example.
We also got lucky to harvest a few dragon fruits.
Try first, ano sir?
You don't also.
Yeah, it's my first time.
None of us have tried it before.
In the evening, we all gathered together under the newly built roof to have dinner. We grilled 2 big fishes that we're gonna eat with pancit, rice, and tomato cucumber salad.
Or another eating pancit.
Yeah.
By hand. Kinamot. That's kinamot in Bisaya. Kinamot.
We welcomed our guests to stay inside, but they prefer to sleep in the tent.
They like visiting us here to spend some time among the nature, which some urban districts lack badly.